ازيكم يا حبايبي اتفضلوا عاملين ايه. In today's video I'm going to be giving you guys advice that I wish I knew when I was younger or that I really had grasped. You guys can see I have a little blue card that I'm going to be referencing to. These are just my thoughts that I've written down here so that I can be guided throughout this video. So much I want to tell you guys. So let's get right into the video. Acknowledge who acknowledges you. Lately, when I've been going out in public, I don't make eye contact with everybody. Personally, I'm a very kind person. I'm a very smiley person. Everywhere I go, I like to leave a little bit of kindness there. What I've noticed is that some people take your kindness as a weakness. Some people are easily ruffled, right? Easily ruffled. Not to say that we're better than anybody else. No, not better than anyone else. But I'm not accessible. You shouldn't be either. They just don't deserve your kindness. So don't just give it out easily and don't give it to just anyone. Love who loves you. A lot of people like to say, oh, I care about you. Oh, you know, you're the person that I care the most about. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's so easy to give out these words. And everybody wants to hear them. So most of the time, you really do like to absorb that. Little do you know, not everyone who is telling you these things actually means it. Sometimes there's something behind it. Maybe they just want you there in their life. So they'll give you those types of compliments. Oh, I could never do this to you. I would care about you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's nice to hear. But like I said, very few people actually mean what they say. So time will tell who really does love you and who really doesn't. Your job is to not accept all the I love yous and I care about yous. You mean so much to me. That's just all talk. So we have to be more mindful and know that we already love ourselves. We already are equipped with everything that we need to become successful in life. You don't need anyone's love other than your own. If somebody gives you a comment like that, don't always hold on to it. Just don't be so naive. I know I just said don't always make eye contact with everybody. Be selective, and I stand by that. However, sometimes in a world filled with so much chaos, there's a lot going on around that we have no idea about. I won't tell you when to smile and when to not smile. That's your prerogative. But a smile to one another once in a while may be the biggest difference. Not that they look or seek safety in others, but they also may just be broken inside. By having that quick interaction when you walk past them and you give them that smile, to that person from the bad day that they were having, that smile may have been the biggest comfort for them. I won't say may, because when you have a bad day like that and somebody acknowledges you with a smile, it really does send a message. Maybe at night they may think like, oh my God, you know, this day was terrible. It's the worst day ever. But through it all, no matter how bad it was, when I went for a walk that day, or when I went to the grocery store, or when I went to whatever, the mall, whatever, to pick up something that I needed, and that person that passed me gave me a smile, God, I thank you for that smile. It can be really deep, and all from a smile. It's a good deed. We like to think that we're so different than each other. We're so different. Oh, I'm this person will never understand, or whatever. But the reality of it is we're actually more alike and more similar to one another than we are different. Spread your kindness. Be selective. But when you have the chance or opportunity to send a smile, it will make a difference. In the midst of trouble, stay positive. This is not to take away from anything bad that you may or may not have experienced the past couple days, weeks, months. Try not to. What I mean by this is, yeah, we can be having a bad day. We can be having a terrible day, right? Something just threw us off track really bad all of a sudden. And it can be so difficult and so hard to get back up sometimes. But no matter what, always remember that your mind is a running program and it never stops. Your subconscious mind is always listening and it's absorbing everything that you're putting into it, that you're feeding it, and that you're telling it. This program is literally a trajectory of your life. So if I'm having a bad day, I don't want to make the whole day so sad and tragic because of that thing that happened. I'll take my time to acknowledge the situation or the problem, and yes, I will deal with it, but I won't hold on to it. I won't be stuck in sadness. I won't listen to sad music to make me even more sad. Oh my God, I'm having such a sad day. Let me go listen to the saddest artist I can think of. Even more sad because I'm sad. Experience all these negative emotions, and not to take away from the situation, like I said, acknowledge it, but don't hold on to it. If I'm carrying it with me all the time, there's no way there's gonna be room for any positive. I will literally hug whatever it is. I will hug my anxiety, I will hug my depression, and then I will let it go. I will let it go. Our mind is so powerful that whatever we keep feeding it with is what our life is going to be like. And it is impossible to put anxiety, depression, sadness all in my mind and my body and expect to be happy in my life. Impossible. How I can turn the page is by being grateful for something. Gratitude, it diminishes the other. Whatever you put in is what you're gonna get. That's your program. What are you programming yourself with? My next piece of advice is find a hobby. Find something that you are passionate about, that you want to try. Maybe you have no idea about anything of the subject, but you had an idea and you're like, you know what, I am interested in this. Let me try it. Go and try it. Try it. You had that idea for a reason. Go and try it. Do something. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. When we have a hobby, we are equipping our minds to consciously and continuously utilize it. Once we stop learning about things, our brain starts to slowly die. I learned that through listening to a whole bunch of doctors speak on TED Talk, books that I've read, and they all have the same message. Don't ever stop learning. Always apply yourself to something. You never know what may grow or what may come out of it. Always try and apply yourself in something. If you have an idea, act upon it. Trust your gut. If you need guidance, seek guidance. Seek a means of finding the right source to relay that information to you so that you have a better understanding. Sources that are knowledgeable in the topic, that know what they're talking about. A lot of people like to talk a lot about nothing. They have no knowledge, no backstory of that matter to be giving you that advice in the first place. But also trust your gut when it comes to people, all of the above. A lot of people like to say that they have your interest and that they love you so much and that they want the best for you. This comes from everywhere. But there are very select few that actually do mean that. Never underestimate your feelings, what you think, because a lot of people project their insecurities on others. Sometimes they don't even realize it. To protect you, to protect whatever it is that you want to do, just trust your gut and know that you may not always be right, but at least you've protected yourself respectfully. Pray for guidance. There are a lot of people who struggle with that instinct sometimes that we tend to ignore, red flags that we tend to ignore, and in the end we get burnt. So trust your gut, keep your distance. Not everybody needs to know about everything that you're doing, and in the end, time will tell. The next thing, be good at being silent. Be so good at being silent. When I go out anywhere, in a social setting, school, my job, I do not talk more than I do listen. Sometimes we like to talk just to close the gaps. We don't want to be awkward. We don't want to have that blame in our subconscious that, oh, you know, I didn't really, why are they being so quiet? Like, Should I say something? No, absolutely no, you do not have to. If it's silent, it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be silent. Maybe they're working on something and they really needed that time to figure it out. Maybe you're busy with something and you needed that time to figure it out too. And that is completely normal and that is fine. And if anybody has a problem with that, then they're not your people. I doubt that anyone will say, oh my God, that girl, that guy, they don't talk a lot. Being silent is better than speaking gibberish. I'm not saying, oh my God, be the quietest person in the world. No, but I'm just saying let others start the conversation with you and see where it goes. It's not what you think. Sometimes people just want to talk. You don't have to. You don't have to speak everybody. You don't have to tell everybody your lifelong story. Be very specific and be very private with the information, things that you have going on, because once you give it away, you are giving your power. Okay, so know who your people are and don't overshare and don't overspeak. Be good at being silent. Bullying, you know, I hear this a lot, especially with the upcoming generation, and not to say that bullying has never existed up until now. I just feel like it's more aggressive and more progressive. I tell my sister this all the time. If somebody is picking with you or has something to talk to you about in a way that it's demeaning you, making you look belittled, like they're belittling you, right? If somebody is doing that to you, it's because they needed to step on something to feel superior in themselves. And that only comes from a lack of something missing inside of that person and not you. But because you were in the way, they thought that was a good opportunity to take to try and make themselves look better. There's some type of insecurity there on their end where they feel like they're not good enough just the way that they are. They need to extend or step on something or somebody else to look as best as they think that they're gonna look or feel as best as they think that they're gonna feel. So feel sorry for that person. Feel sorry for that person. Once you fully understand that concept, then no one has your power. Even in college now, I have people that will tell me, oh my God, it's so bad in colleges too. Like these children that just graduated and sophomores or freshmen in colleges now, they're projecting the same bullying, animosity behavior. I feel for these people that have to deal with that. The fallback is that people always think that if somebody's picking on you, it's because there's something wrong with you. That is the furthest thing from the truth. I know for certainty that I'm the best that I can be. Once they heal and deal with their trauma and don't project it on others in acts such as bullying, we could all be the best that we could be. And what a world would that be if we all took the time to deal with, just deal with it and work on trying to fix it. Know that by projecting it on somebody else, it's not going to heal that. If anything, it's just going to make you bitter. We all go through some sort of trauma at some point in our life, whether we are young, whether you're growing up in the world, whether you're experiencing it in the social world. We all go through some type of trauma. Once you work on that, you are participating in self-care and you are starting to take care of yourself by healing those things within you. And you're the only person that can do that, right? No one else can say, oh, do this, fix this in you, and then it's healed. That's not how it works. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes strength. Once we start fixing that, we start to heal ourselves internally. That's the best thing that you can do, not only for you, but for the world too. Once we are fully healed, we stop projecting on others. They say that if you don't fix you internally, you start bleeding on everybody else. It's almost like a self-destruction. It really is. It can cause a lot of hurt in you, where you start making wrong decisions. You think that you need to do those things in order to feel good about yourself. And in reality, that's a quick fix. It's not healing what the actual problem is within us inside. That can look like bad relationship, acting out. It could look like a lot of things. We carry that. So until we heal what's in here, we can never live a truly healthy, fulfilled life. Talk to the monsters in the basement. Not only will you heal yourself, but you will also heal the people who are around you. Many people are lonely. They may think that there's something wrong with them, and reality is just that they just haven't found those people yet. It's just hasn't been their timing. This could be for a young child, a teenager, and this can also be for an adult. Sometimes we lose friends. We lose good people that we love. Death, or your contract ends with them, and that's okay too. But just know that that loneliness, that period of loneliness, may be something deeper. It may be that this time, I don't want you with everybody else. I want you to focus on you. I want you to see your life and really take a step back and evaluate it. These are the things that are important to me. These are the goals that I have. These are the boundaries that I have. And they may not correlate with others. And so that's why it leads that person to be alone. But just know that it's okay to be alone. It's more than okay to be alone. In fact, you may get the opportunity to develop and be more in tune with yourself and grow more because of it. Know that everything happens for a reason. When the time comes for the right people to enter in your life, that they will, and that they were worth the wait. Be proud of you too. Be proud of it. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, because there have been so many days and nights where it was just you, and oh, how strong you've become because of them. Don't take it as a weakness or anything bad. If anything, it's the most glorious gift. And not to take away from people that do have great friendships and long-lasting friendships that elevate each other. Like, that's great, that's a blessing. But if you're alone, if you're lonely or you feel alone, just trust in the divine timing, and everything will work itself out the way that it should be. What's written for you and what's meant to be for you will never miss you. Be okay with that and trust that, and that's period. If you just graduated high school and you have a college lined up for you, great. You know what you want to do? Great. Get on it. Get on it and finish it and get your degree in it and be educated. There is nothing better than being knowledgeable, okay? There's a lot going on around now saying when you go to college, you waste what you were made for. I know there's a lot of successful people in the world that did not graduate college. Like Kris Jenner, for example, who built an empire. She didn't graduate college. She became very successful. But that does go to prove what has been being said. You know, I don't want people to be confused by that. My message is very clear that if you have the opportunity to get your education and graduate with a degree that you are sure of, that you want to pursue, do it. Graduate, get it done, get it over with. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind or deciding like, oh, I'm doing this right now, but I'm unsure if this is the right thing. It's okay. Finish what you started. Just trust yourself to know that you're making the right decision. If you change your mind later on, that's fine. Go to school for that too. What are you gonna lose? Money? What do I work for? What do we work for? Money comes and goes. It's not about money. You can do everything and anything. Women, I've been hearing the craziest stories. How women just get up and do everything. They're not even married. Sacrificing her career so that he can get a 9-to-5 job or fulfill his. And what are we to do? Be at home, become the nurse, the nanny, the caregiver, the homemaker, the interior designer, all of the above, right? How many jobs are those? And there's no money. Absolutely no money in any of it, okay? And these women are taken for granted, begging for this man to stay, begging for a ring on their finger so that they can get married, right? Doing all of these jobs for what? A human being that has the Y chromosome? Until you start working on you, until you start to fulfill you, until you demand greatness, no greatness will ever come to you. I've been told how picky I am, how high maintenance I am. I've been told that, oh my God, you're never gonna find blah 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 because of your standards. Good. I don't want blah blah blah. I want my standards. I'm not willing to accept anything other than my standards. Until you start believing in the impossible, you will never achieve the impossible. As a woman, do you know how valuable you are? I'm no angel, okay? But we learn and we don't make the same mistakes. A wise person hears somebody say something to them, takes it into consideration, but still makes the mistake, but learns from it. A smart person hears the advice and it resonates with them. They don't need to experience the mistake to realize that it was one. Okay? I'm wise. A lot of us are wise, right? But let's stop being wise, okay? And join the smart. I'm holding your hand. Come with me, baby girl. I'm gonna share something with you guys that really just gets under my skin till this day. Besides knowing the value of a woman, this is not even just religiously or culturally. This is just facts. Like, we take on all these responsibilities. When you do that, you want to do that for the right person. You want to do that for the person who appreciates you and loves you and who wants to give you the world because he really does love you. You are worth waiting for. The right person will see that, and he won't ask you for anything, and he won't tell you to get him anything. He wants to show you that he's the one. He wants you to marry him. He wants you to be his wife. Wait. There's nothing wrong with waiting. Wait and ask the person that you created for me. Please bring him down and pray on that. So the story that I want to share with you is about this one girl that I knew. And at the time she was seeing a therapist. Coming from where we come from, we know that we are valuable and that we should not just give ourselves up to anyone unless we're married. And one day she came and she told me, my friend, like it was a good idea to her. She said, my therapist just told me to give it up. Just do it. Just give it up. She told her that. She told her that. And this was not a girl who didn't have a religion. This girl did have a religion. So she knows. And I know there's so many other circumstances and all of that. I'm not here to talk to those people. I'm here to talk to the girls who maybe this was a thought in their mind. It's crossed their mind, right? Like, should I just get it over with? Should I just, just do it. Just do it already. And just get it out of my system. Nobody has to know, right? I'm speaking to those girls. Her therapist told her, you should just do it, get it over with. That's what her therapist said. In our community, that's what she said. The community that I'm living in, her therapist told her that. And I remember when she was telling me that, I just stayed silent. I just looked at her. Because this was my friend at the time. And I thought in my mind, just because all of the world is doing it doesn't mean that you should too. If the world is doing wrong, we're not going to be accounted on other people's actions or their life decisions. When it comes to being disciplined, we have accountability on our own actions, not anybody else's actions. I was thinking about this today, and I was thinking about that conversation that she had with me. And I just couldn't help but feel like I wanted to cry for her. Because looking back, what kind of therapist? She had no right to tell her that. She had no right. This was a girl who was misguided, going through things that she had to be in therapy to begin with. And not to say that therapy is wrong or bad. If you need help, go and get the help that you need. But for her to tell her that she's that worthless, it doesn't sit well with me. Not at all. And I wish I can go back. I wish I can go back and hug that girl. I hate that I'm so emotional. But I do. I really wish that I can go back and hug her so tight and tell her that you are worth waiting for. I'm not here to judge anyone. You make your own decisions. But like I said, this is advice. And as a woman and as a young girl growing up in a world of chaos, you get to choose. I'm so sorry to that friend. If she's ever watching this video, I'm so sorry to that friend. I realize, why certain contracts end when they do. So take yourself seriously. Women, again, until you start demanding greatness, no greatness will come to you. And that does not just stop at your body. That's in anything, in your career, in your financial decisions. When you raise your children, you're an example. And you will have that talk with them one day. And what do you want to say to them? Women, respect thyself. So others will respect thee. On a brighter note, to close off this video, the last thing that I have to say is, if you watched this whole entire video, I'm so proud of you, because now you have what it takes. You gained some clarity and you have confidence knowing that you are great. Women and men, you are great. You have everything that you need, right? And everything else will eventually come into its place. Trust in the divine timing. Trust yourself. Listen to your gut. Trust your instincts. And step by step, one day you'll look back, you'll say, man, I love Noura Nafea. I'm kidding. You will be so proud of the person that you've become. Ashkurkum awi jiddan. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.